Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. So, good morning. So, this is the group 5, chapter 7. So, our topic is retail location. So, sa retail location is we will describe the types of retail locations available to retailers. So, mapapag-aralan din natin about yung mga types ng unplanned location and analyze the characteristic of the different types of shopping centers and also discuss non-traditional retail locations and match the location to the retailer's strategy. So after this, mare-review din natin yung the societal and legal consideration in selecting location.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Nuruddin Malajal Basino and my topic is types of retail location. Many types of location are available for retail stores, each with benefits and limitation. The two basic types of location are unplanned and planned. This is the 7 types of retail location. First is unplanned locations. Second, in planned location, accommodations, dining experience, meeting and events, recreation and wellness, and customers review. Unplanned location do not have any centralized management that determines what stores will be in a development, where the specific stores will be located, or how they will be operated. Ang unplanned retail location, halimbawa nito is yung mga pwesto alang national highway or yung sa Magallanes na area. Basta mga stall or buildings na in-occupy for retail or business purposes. Ang concept ng unplanned retail location is sabihin na natin isang building, kagaya niyang nasa gilid ng highway sa harap ng pista, Palawan, Minute Burger, and etc. Na diba, technically speaking, na isang building lang pero hinati-hati bawat pwesto doon. So, may kanya-kanyang pamamalakad sa kung ano ang business nila. Bawat owner may sariling management at may sariling planned location. A shopping center developer or manager makes and enforces policies that govern store operation such as that a store must be open. Ang planned retail location naman, sa halimbawa niyan is yung mga shopping mall or halimbawa South Seas, Alnor, etc. Ang planned retail location is centralized ang management. So pag sinabi natin centralized, kahit magkaiba-iba ang may-ari ng pwesto sa loob ng mall, ang mall is governed by a uniform rules and regulation. So halimbawa, ang opening ng mall is 9 AM at magsasara ng 7 PM. So kahit gusto ng may-ari ng pwesto sa loob ng mall na mag-open at magtinda ng 7 AM is wala silang magagawa kundi sumunod sa nakatagdang oras na pagbubukas ng mall, which is 9 AM. Common area maintenance. Common area maintenance and provide security, parking lot, lighting, outdoor signage, product center, advertising, special events to attract consumers. Ang common area maintenance naman, isabihin na natin kung ikaw ay nag-rent or nag-lease ng isang pwesto sa isang building, let's say nag-avail ka ng franchise ng Minute Burger, tapos nag-rent or nag-lease ka ng isang pwesto. So ang pwesto na yun for sure ay may parking area or may signage para madaling makita or mahanap ang pwesto mo. So lahat ng yun ay kasali sa nirentahan ng pwesto at dapat mong i-maintain ang kalinisan or kayusan ng mga iyon. So dapat siguraduhin mong well-maintained para hindi maging sanhi ng aberya sa pwesto. Gross leasable area is the real estate industry term for the total floor area designed for the retailers in occupancy and exclusive use, including any basement, mezzanines, or upper floors, and the convenience of the location for consumers. Ang net leasable area naman, kung nag-lease or nag-rent ka ng isang pwesto or unit sa isang building na may parking area, may balkonahe, may hagdan, ay hindi kasali doon sa unit or pwesto na nirentahan mo. So, walang additional charge na kokolektahin sa iyo ang landlord or yung may-ari ng building. So, usually, mas mahal ang charge ng may-ari ng pwesto sa gross leasable area kesa net leasable area.
Good day everyone, I'm sure hindi mapagal. So my topic is unplanned location. There are three types of unplanned retail location. There is freestanding site, urban location, and main street location. So number one is freestanding site. So what is freestanding site? So these are retail stores that are single unit structure that are not located in shopping center. These stores are often located in high traffic areas such as along busy roads. So a common example would be this is fast food restaurant along busy highway. So yung mga fast food chain yung ang mga example nito. So next is urban location. So urban location is there are three main types of location. There is central business district, inner city, and gentrified residential areas. So central business district is that a part of the city which contains the principal commercial street and main public buildings. For example dito is yung Makati. It's the one of the most recognized and massive central business district in the Philippines. So dito makikita mo yung mga building, no? Nandito lahat. Dito. So Makati is one of the most recognized and massive central business district in the Philippines. They have successful of Ayala Corporation. Makati holds 90% of the Philippines top 1,000 companies and 80% of multinational companies operating the country. So the central business district is usually the most expensive part of the city to live due to the high demand for space. So office rents are usually the highest in the central business district. So example talaga dun is Makati. So makikita natin din yung mga commercial building, mga malalaki. Like andun lahat karamihan nung nagbi-business. Next is inner city. So the inner city is it's a low income residential area within the large city. Empty lots, building, and condemned houses attract criminal activity, making living in the inner city relatively dangerous. One of the major causes of the urban decay is when business relocate from urban setting suburbs. So dito sa inner city is ito yung andito lahat, ito yung parang konti lang yung pumapasok ng mga investors, no? Like wala masyadong kuan sa area nila, nagbi-business kasi mataas yung crime rates doon sa area na yun. So compare doon sa sa central business district, ito yung parang mahirap pasukin na area ng negosyo kasi medyo risky siya. So these are general term of improvised areas of large cities. The inner city is characterized by the minimal education opportunities, high employment, and crime rates. So the next is gentrified residential areas. So gentrified residential areas, the renewal or rebuilding of office offices, housing in retailers in deteriorating areas, coupled with an influx of more affluent people that replace the former and lower income residents. So dito is parang Divisoria. So ang katabi kasi ng Divisoria is Tondo. So most of the medyo risky siya kasi may gang sa Tondo is medyo magulo doon. Ang katabi niya lang ito ang Divisoria. So alam din natin ngayon na tinutulungan din natin ng ating government para maayos din at maging safe doon sa Divisoria na nagtitinda mga businesses, mga pala. So the last is Main Street. Main Street refers to the traditional downtown shopping area, smaller town in secondary shopping areas in large cities, and their suburbs. Over the past 30 years, made downtowns in small have experienced decades similar to the inner cities when Walmart and other big box retailers open freestanding store on. So the term of Main Street is used in many contexts, but it always means local businesses, consumers, and financial services firms may be referred to the Main Street. So the polar opposite of Main Street is a Wall Street, and the big financial firms in a global corporation is represent. So example of this Main Street business is family firm and such as restaurant, coffee shop, landscaping companies, and repair shop, and convenience store. The most franchise is all agency and service businesses. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, good day and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my topic is all about shopping center and planned retail location. So, first is, what is shopping center? Shopping center are group of retail stores planned, developed, and managed as a single property. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga shopping center is ito yung one group of retail store na kumbaga sila yung nagpaplano, nag-manage para pagandahin yung isang property, or include na yung entrance ng isang property or parking lots. So sila din yung nagplano or nag-manage, or di kaya halimbawa is meron silang kailangan ilagay sa isang property, halimbawa sa December, so kailangan nila maglagay ng Christmas tree. So ang retail store is a group of retail store is sila yung nagpaplano or di kaya naglalagay doon sa loob ng isang property or di kaya sa mall para mas maganda or di kaya is ma-attract yung mga customers. Okay, next is they offer convenience and variety of store for consumer. So nag-o-offer din sila ng different types of store para hindi na mahirapan pa yung customer na magpunta pa sa other store or di kaya kailangan mag-commute and or di kaya is mag-drive para magpunta pa malayo doon sa store na yon. So dito is shopping center is nag-o-offer sila ng different types of store. Include na yung department store, specialty store, mga restaurant, or groceries, and medicine. So nag-o-offer din sila ng mga ganong types of store. So different types of shopping center cater to various need and preference. So ito yung mga types
of shopping center na kumbaga i-discuss natin. Number 1 is convenience neighborhood and community shopping center, power center, enclosed shopping mall, developing effective marketing, expanding online and offline presence, lifestyle, and then mixed using development, outlet center, then civility center, convenience neighborhood and community shopping center. So ito is open air center with easy parking. Baga madali lang siyang puntahan and hindi siya nasa liblib or di kaya is nasa kwan lang siya, nasa nadadaanan lang sa highway, mga ganon. And easy parking. So meron silang meron silang parking area na kumbaga doon magpa-parking yung yung customer na hindi na siya mahirapan maghanap kasi meron na silang parking area. So lalakadin lang niya, ilang step lang is makakapasok na siya sa isang property or di kaya sa shopping center. Okay, Anchor by supermarkets or discount store. So, dito sa convenience neighborhood and community shopping center is meron lang siyang 10 to 15 na retail store na kanilang ino-offer. So, include na yung pharmacy, or kaya restaurant, department store. So, mga ganun. And then, ang pinakamalaking retail store dito, which is supermarket. So halimbawa nito sa Alnor, so meron silang Robinson, mga ganun mga example niya. And offer convenience shopping for everyday needs. So nag-offer sila ng iba't ibang mga kailangan natin sa pang-araw-araw. So halimbawa is mga pagkain, food sa grocery store, damit sa mga clothes sa department store or di kaya mga gamot sa pharmacy store or gusto natin kumain sa loob ng shopping center na yon, which is meron silang sariling restaurant. And then next is limited selection and entertainment option compared to the large mall. So sa large mall kasi, which is meron sila, nag-o-offer sila ng different types of store o di kaya nag-offer sila ng cinema para manood ng sine. So dito sa convenience neighborhood and community shopping center is limit lang yung pwedeng piliin, selection ng isang customer kasi hindi kompleto. So ang ino-offer lang nila, which is yung mga common or di kaya is mga halimbawa is everyday needs ng isang customer. Power center. So ang pagkakaiba nito sa kanina, which is yung convenience neighborhood, is yung mga retailer is nasa isang building sila, nasa isang building. So itong power center is hindi sila nasa isang building, kundi is magkakahiwalay na mga retailer, magkakahiwalay na building, which is magkakatabi rin sila, magkakatabi. So ganun yung pagkakaiba. And open air center with big box store like Target, Costco, and Lowe's. So ito is power center is open air center siya. So ang parking area niya, which is share lang sa mga customer yung parking area. And then malawak din yung parking area ng power center. So dito is main attraction talaga dito, which is yung mga big store na halimbawa is yung mga nag-o-offer ng mga furniture, gadget katulad ng Apple or di kaya sports car. So ganun yung mga main attraction dito sa power center. Okay. Next is lower occupancy cost than malls. So sa other malls kasi is nagbabayad sila ng kuryente and then yung light. So dito is yung nag-rent ng sa power center is ang babayaran lang niya is nagamit niya yung light or di kaya kuryente na na-consume niya sa isang store. So syempre is konti lang yung yung babayaran niya or di kaya ay rent ng isang retailer. So mag-effect doon yung product or di kaya service na ino-offer ng isang retailer. Kapag konti lang binabayaran, syempre mas mababa or lower price ang product or di kaya service na kanilang ino-offer. And then focus on convenience for quick shopping trips. So dito is easy lang sa isang customer na mag-shopping kasi papasok lang siya sa isang store and then lalabas. O di kaya maghahanap siya naman ng other store is lalabas lang siya and then papasok, maglalakad and then papasok doon sa isang store. So very ideal siya para sa mga mga nagmamadali na mga customer is ito yung ideal na shopping center na pwede nilang puntahan. Enclosed shopping malls. So ito is climate control environment with a wide variety of store. So ito is kinokontrol nila yung yung weather sa loob ng shopping center. So halimbawa is masyadong mainit sa labas is pinapalamig nila or di kaya is masyado naman malamig sa labas o pinapainit lang nila ng konti. So ang goal nila is para comfortable yung mga shoppers or di kaya yung customers. So nag-o-offer din sila ng different types or variety of store. Halimbawa is mga everyday needs. So nag-o-offer din sila doon and then mga other expensive na mga gamit like sa specialty store. So nag-o-offer din sila ng mga ganong mga product or di kaya is store. So offer entertainment and pedestrian traffic flow. So dito sa shopping center na to is hindi lang pagsa-shopping or di kaya pagbibili ng product or di kaya services kasi nag-o-offer din sila ng mga entertainment like movie. So nag-o-offer din sila ng mga movie, cinema, mga ganon. Or di kaya sa mga adults game. So nag-o-offer din sila ng ganon. And then para sa mga kids play, so meron din sila mga ganon. Or di kaya sa mga sa bonding with families and friends is maganda, very ideal siya para sa mga mga bagay. Or di kaya is walkways. Dinesign din siya para sa mga walkways and then sa ganung paraan is makikita ng mga customer or nagbabanding yung mga different types of retail store retail. Meron doon sa isang shopping mall. And then higher occupancy cost and competition among store. So dito is very high, expensive talaga yung mahal yung binabayaran ng rent ng isang retail store. So nagko-cost yun or di kaya nag-effect yun sa product na ino-offer ng isang retailer. Kasi kapag mahal yung binabayaran niya ng rent, and then syempre mamahalan din niya yung mga product or kaya services para hindi siya malugi. And then competition among store. So dito is competition talaga. Competition na nangyayari dito. And halimbawa sa first floor is maraming types of retail store na meron doon. So ang nangyayari is competition. And then dito is ang struggle na-encounter na mga retail store dito is kwan na nalulugi kasi dahil sa online shopping, kasi ang mga customers pinipili na lang nila ng online selling. Kasi dito is besides sa kwan mahal yung kwan rent, and then wala masyadong customer, so nalulugi talaga yung mga businesses. So ang pinipili na lang ng iba is tumigil sa pagbi-business. So ganun yung mga struggle na nangyayari or na-encounter ng mga retailer dito sa kwan lifestyle center. So dito sa kwan, kung gusto mo ng pang hangout or relax na pagsa-shopping center, ang lifestyle center is ideal para sa ganong bagay. So ang lifestyle center na ito is design talaga siya para pang hangout or di kaya pang vibes. Gusto mo ma-relax is pwede sa shopping center na to. So ito is open air center with focus on specialty store, restaurants, and entertainment. So dito is open air center. Baga is fresh talaga. Fresh yung nalalanghap mo mga hangin. And then, focus on specialty store, which is yung mga expensive na mga gamit. So, nag-offer sila doon or di kaya mga limit pero expensive na mga gamit. And then, restaurant. Nag-offer din sila ng mga restaurant and then entertainment. So, ito talaga yung mga attraction is yung entertainment nila. Halimbawa is every 3 p.m. is nagpi-play sila ng music. So, ito yung pang vibes dito sa shopping center na to. So, next is design with pleasant atmosphere for strolling and socializing. So, dito is ang lifestyle center na to is dinesign talaga siya para sa pang hangout. Dahil maganda yung kuha nila, yung air environment nila kasi napapalibutan ng mga kahoy, may mga chair para upuan or di kaya walkways, or kung gusto mo magpa-picture na maganda yung background is maganda ang ideal na shopping center na ang shopping center na is ideal para sa ganong bagay. So fresh yung mga nalalanghap mo mga hangin. Next. Lower occupancy cost than mall, but may have less retail space. So dito is hindi naman siya or di kaya mababa lang yung rent na kwan nababayaran ng kwan retailer, kasi hindi ganun compare doon sa other malls na malaki talaga yung binabayaran, pero ito is mababa lang. So ibig sabihin is other product or services na ino-offer nila is mababa lang yung price. So, but ito is lang, less retail space lang. Konti lang yung mga retail space na kanilang ino-offer. Mixed use department. So, combined retail with office, residential, hotel, or other uses. So, dito is kinunbine. Halimbawa sa isang property, malaking building. So, kinunbine na siya, mayroon na siyang retail, halimbawa sa mga grocery, mga tindahan, mga everyday needs, or want natin. And then, meron din siyang office, residential, meron din siyang hotel, or other uses, or di kaya is bodybuilder gym, or coffee shop, or restaurant, is meron din ito sa mixed use department. So parang kinunbine talaga siya, parang kinumpleto. So create, live, work, play environment. So ang goal dito is mag-create ng kumbaga sa isang community. Sa isang community is kompleto na siya, meron na siyang pwede ka magtrabaho doon, may office doon, mag-play, maglaro ka doon, o di kaya tumira doon. Kasi ang goal dito is kumbaga sa isang property, so isang communities, lahat ng pangangailangan mo, pagtrabaho, pag-gym, pagkain is meron na sila doon. So, hindi mo na kailangan mag-travel, mag-commute para magtrabaho or di kaya kumain sa labas. Kasi doon sa community na yon or di kaya sa property na yun is meron sila or di kaya kumpleto. So, offer convenience and sense of community. So, nag-o-offer din sila ng different types of needs na want natin or di kaya yung mga pangangailangan natin para sa pang-araw-araw. Halimbawa, is mga grocery store, meron sila. Hindi kaya is sa kung gusto mo na mag-coffee, is pwede ka magpunta sa baba o di kaya restaurant, lakad ka lang ng konti, meron din doon, o mag-work. So, yun is nag-offer sila ng convenience or iba't ibang pangangailangan ng tao sa pamumuhay niya. And then, pwede ka rin makipag-communicate o di kaya makipagkaibigan sa mga halimbawa sa katabi mo na roommate mo or di kaya is halimbawa is mga office mate. So, pwede ka makipagkaibigan, makipag-communicate sa kanila. Okay. Outlet center. Mostly manufacturers and retailers, outlet stores offering discount merchandise. So, dito naman is yung mga manufacturer or producer. So, sila yung nagbibenta ng kanilang mga kanilang product. Sila yung nagbebenta ng kanilang product. And then, halimbawa is new latest na product nila is nagbibigay sila ng full price. So, halimbawa naman is last season na product nila is nagbibigay sila ng discount. So, dito is often located in remote locations with convenience access for tourists. So, karaniwan kasi sa mga retailer is nagbebenta sila sa city, sa loob ng city. So ito, outlet center is hindi sa city kundi sa yung maaring puntahan ng mga turista. Easy access to tourists. Kasi dahilan kung bakit sila pinili nila yung mga ganun location is kasi sa city is masyadong mahal. So doon is hindi ganun kamahal yung rent nila or di kaya minsan mas marami pa silang nabibenta kasi yung mga tourists is naghahanap sila talaga yan ng mga yung mga pangangailangan nila. So yung retailers ino-offer niya yung mga kailangan ng turista. Or di kaya is yung mga tourists, bumibili sila ng mga remembrance sila.
My report is all about non-traditional location, pop-up store and other temporary location. Pop-up store and temporary location that focus on new product or limited group of products. These stores have been around for centuries as individuals sold merchandise on city street and at festival, or such as the Ramadan Fair or farmers market. For instance, in Ramadan Fair, 100 vendors sells a variety of food from their product to handmade glass jewelry. Cities around the Philippines generally welcome these temporary retailers because they bring people money to come areas and creating excitement. Local retailers who pay high rents aren't necessarily so enthusiastic because some of the temporary retailers sells competing merchandise. Pop-up stores are particularly attractive to retailers with highly seasonal sales such as Subway restaurant starting in 2011. Subway restaurant passed McDonald's to become the largest restaurant chain in the world. In terms of number of location, it has continues to this pace such that Subway have a 44,000 location of surpass McDonald's 36,000. Subway has achieved this rapid growth partly by opening stores in non-traditional locations. Since shopping centers shopping centers vacancies have increased and occupancy costs have decreased, retailers and manufacturers are opening pop-up store in this vacant location.
Store within a store. Store within a store location involve an agreement in which a retailer rents a part of the retail space in a store operated by another independent retailer. The store within a retailer manages the assortment, inventory, personnel, and system and delivers a percentage of the sales or profit to the host. Merchandise kiosks. Merchandise kiosks are small selling space typically located in the walkways, enclosed malls, airports, college campus, or office building lobbies. Other are 21st century version of vending machine, such as the Apple kiosks that sell iPads and other high volume Apple products.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. I am Zumar Hichridi Makaling Amino, one of the reporter from Group 5. So, my topic is location and retail strategy. Location and retail strategy. The selection of location type in enforcement reinforces the retailer strategy. Thus, the location type decision is consistent with shopping behavior and size of the target market and the retailer's positioning in its target market. So, sa madaling salita, no, the location and retail strategy is very important, no? Bakit? Dahil isa ang location and retail strategy sa mga factors na uh, magsasucess ang iyong business, no? Bakit? The selection of proper location is very important, no? Dahil kung wala ka sa proper location or wala ka sa maayos na location, may hirapan ka na makuha yung target market na gusto mo, no? Shopping behavior of consumers in retailers' target market. A critical factor affecting the type of location that consumers select to visit a shopping situation in which they involve. So isa daw sa factor na nakakaapekto sa selection of location is yung kagustuhan ng mga consumers. So syempre, no, ang mga consumers kung saan sila mas convenient, kung saan nila mas prefer na location, doon sila, no. So tayo or yung mga retailers, no, tayo kung example, tayo ay retailers, kinakailangan natin mag-adjust ng kahit konti lang, no. For that, no. Kasi lalong-lalo na kung ang business natin is may specific na target market, kinakailangan na gagawa tayo ng action for that. So, uh, aside from that, no, dito tatalakayin din natin yung three types of shopping situation. So, dito malalaman natin kung ano-ano yung mga behavior, no, or yung behavior ng mga consumers in a different shopping situation. So ito is binubuo ng convenience shopping, comparison shopping, and specialty shopping. So unahin na natin ang convenience shopping. So in convenience shopping, consumers primarily concerned with minimizing their effort to get the product or service they want. No? So ang mga consumers in this type of shopping situation is hindi sila masyado gaano nag-effort para sa pagbili ng isang product, no? Number two, consumers relatively insensitive to price and indifferent about which brand to buy. So ang mga consumers, no, is hindi sila gaano kaselan pagdating sa price and brand of the product. As long as makuha nila yung product na gusto nila, wala silang pake kung mahal or mura or kung anong brand man ito, no? As long as mabili lang nila yung product na kanilang bibilhin. Number three, consumers don't spend much time evaluating different brand or retailers. They simply want to make the purchase as quickly and easily as possible, no? So mga consumers is hindi masyado nagsispend ng oras, no, pagdating sa pag-evaluate ng isang product sa pag-evaluate ng isang brand or ng retailers, no. So ang sa kanila lang, as long as makabili sila ng mas mabilis, no, is yun yung gagawin nila, no. So hindi masyado gaano ka-concern ang consumers pagdating sa price, sa brand, no, or kung anong klase ng retailers, no, ang kanilang binibilhan, no, as long as makuha lang nila yung product na kanilang bibilhin. Number four, retailers targeting customers involved in convenience shopping such as quick service restaurant, convenience stores, gas station, usually locate their stores close to where their customers are and make it easy for them to access the location. So sa convenience shopping situation, no, ang mga retailers naman is nilolocate nila yung business nila doon sa lugar kung saan easy access para sa kanilang mga target market, no. So ang mga retailers is ginagawan nila ng paraan upang mas mapadali sa kanilang mga consumers or sa kanilang mga target market na ma-access yung location of store, no. Five is the store location, no. So ang specifically store location of convenience shopping is the central business district and main street. So ito yung mga lugar kung saan maraming business establishment pinupuntahan ng mga tao, no. So doon nilolocate ang convenience shopping dahil yun yung location na easy access for a lot of people, no, or for the consumers. Number two is the comparison shopping, no. So isa to siya sa tatlong shopping situation, no. So pangalawa is the comparison shopping. Sa comparison shopping, consumers involved in comparison shopping situation are more involved in purchase decision. So sa comparison shopping, hindi siya kagaya ng convenience shopping na wala masyadong pake ang consumers pagdating sa purchasing decision. Sa comparison shopping is mas technical ang mga consumers pagdating sa pag-select ng product na kanilang bibilhin, no? Number two, consumers have a general idea about the type of product or service they want to buy, but they do not have a well-developed preference for a brand or model. So, ang mga consumers naman sa comparison shopping is may idea sila about the product but not in the brand na kanilang bibilhin, no. So alam nila yung product na kanilang bibilhin pero hindi nila alam kung ano yung brand na kanilang bibilhin, no, or wala silang prefer na brand, no. Kaya nga nagkakaroon pa ng comparison dahil wala silang alam sa kung ano yung brand na much better for the product na kanilang bibilhin. Number three, purchasing decision are more important for the consumers. They seek information and are willing to expend effort to compare alternatives. So, ang mga consumers is gaya nga ng sabi ko, mas technical sila pagdating sa pagbili ng kanilang product, no, or ng product na kanilang bibilhin, no, mas technical sila. So makikita natin minsan kinakailangan ng mga consumers ang mga sales lady or yung mga tao na alam kung ano yung information ng product na kanilang bibilhin. So, magtatanong yan sila, no? And the reason bakit na ganun sila is because sa comparison shopping, no, typically dito makikita yung mga product na kailangan ng isang tao, no. That's the reason kung bakit uh, nagkakaroon ng comparison shopping, no. Sinusureball ng mga consumers yung product na kanilang bibilhin, no. So that's the reason kung bakit nagsisik sila ng information, no, nagsispend sila ng time para sa pagbili ng product na kanilang bibilhin, and nag-e-effort sila. No? Last one is the example of comparison shopping, no? Kung ano yung mga example niyan. Number one is furniture retailers, number two is appliances, enclosed malls, and category specialists. No, so ito yung mga type of business na nagkakaroon ng parang same sa comparison shopping, or yung idea nila is parang comparison shopping, no. So sa furniture retailers makikita natin, no, may iba't ibang uri ng furniture pero hindi sila iisang brand lang. That's because of uh, dahil bibigyan mo ng dahil ang mga retailers is binibigyan pa nila ng choices ang mga consumers nila, no. Uh, Same sa appliances retailers and closed mall and category specialists, no. So sa category specialist naman is uh, same ang pinagkaiba lang naman ng category specialist sa mga furniture retailers, sa category specialist, no, may specific na brand, no. Pero, no, sa isang brand na 'yon, may iba't ibang choices, no, ang consumers, no. So same pa rin, no, ang comparison shopping is hindi lang siya binubuo ng isang product, no. I mean, hindi lang siya binubuo ng isang brand or isang uri or isang klase ng brand, no. So may choices ang mga consumers dito. So that's the comparison shopping. Proceed tayo sa pangatlo, no, the specialty shopping, no. In specialty shopping, consumers know what they want and not accept a substitute, no. So mga consumers dito is masyadong choosy, no. Kung ano lang yung prefer nila, kung ano lang yung napagdesisyonan nila na brand, no, yun lang yung bibilhin nila. Kung ano lang yung napagdesisyonan nila na variety, no, or ng variant ng product, yun lang yung bibilhin nila. So hindi sila tatanggap ng substitute, no. Number two, consumers are brand retailer loyal and will pay a premium or expand extra effort to get exactly what they want, no. So mga consumers is kahit na mahal, no, wala silang pake kung mahal ang isang product na kanilang bibilhin, as long as ang mabili lang nila is yung prefer nila na brand, at doon nila mabibili sa prefer or sa gusto nilang retailer, no. So wala silang pake kung malaki yung magagastos nila, as long as makuha lang nila yung product na gustong-gusto nila. So number three, consumers are willing to travel to an inconvenient location. So sa specialty shopping, walang pake ang mga consumers kung malayo or hindi easy access ang location kung saan sila bibili ng product, no. Pupuntahan yan nila as long as makuha lang nila yung product na gusto nila. Number four, having inconvenient is not a problem for retailers selling unique merchandise or service. So hindi problema ng mga retailers yung location of the store, no. Dahil bibit-bitin sila nung product mismo, no. So kahit na inconvenient or kahit hindi easy access yung store location, no, panatag ang mga retailers na makakabenta pa rin sila. That's because of the product, no, na kanilang binibenta, no. Nag-i-effort kasi mismo yung mga consumers, no, para lang mabili yung isang product. So hindi problema ng retailers kung nasa area sila na wala masyadong or kahit wala sila central business district, no, is hindi ito pinoproblema ng mga retailers. So that's the three shopping situation. Now, proceed naman tayo sa density of market. So, the density of target market, no, according to Google, it is the number of people or businesses within a certain area. Many companies segment their markets geographically to meet regional preferences and buying habits. No? So, ang explanation naman ng module or ng books dito is one of the factor that can affect retailers' choice of location type is density of the retailer's target market in relation to the location. A good location has many people in target market and who are drawn to it. Uh, so, para sa isang retailer or isang business, napaka-importante na malaman natin ang target market natin. Dahil kung malalaman natin kung ano yung target market natin, doon natin ilolocate ang ating business. No? Kung meron tayong awareness pagdating sa ating target market at kung meron tayong proper choosing of location, no, mataas yung possible na ma-achieve natin yung goals ng business sa mas lalong madaling panahon. So that is why yung mga businesses gaya ng convenience store, mga malls, nilolocate nila sa area kung saan maraming tao, maraming business establishment, no, easy access for the target markets, no. The reason bakit doon nilolocate is para madali lang makuha yung goals ng business, no. So kung meron tayong awareness pagdating sa ating target market at meron tayong proper location, no, is magkakaroon tayo ng positive impact for our business. So the last one in my topic is the uniqueness of retail offering. So according to Google, it deals with a variety of product and must manage their supply chain in a responsible way to meet changing customer preferences. Retailers focus on cost reduction, risk minimization, and customer satisfaction in order to grow their business. So ang explanation naman ng module or ng books dito, convenience of their location is less important for retailers with unique differentiate offering than retailers with an offering similar to other retailers. A retailers provides a unique merchandise assortment and store atmosphere. Customers will travel to wherever the store is located and its location will become destination. So, kailangan sa isang retailer is mag-offer sila or meron silang tinatawag na uniqueness. No? Kailangan is masatisfy nila yung kanilang mga consumer. No? Una-una, sa product, pangalawa, sa location, and yung atmosphere ng store. No? So, hindi pwede na kung ikaw, isa kang retailer, isa lang ang choice ng iyong consumer. No? Dapat mag-effort ka. No? Offer ka ng something unique, no, sa kanila na kung saan magiging dahilan upang maging loyal customers sila sa iyo, no. So I think that's all, no. I hope na gets nyo lahat, no, ang aking report, no. And again, I am Zomar Hisharini Makaling Amino, one of the reporter from Group 5. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I'm Haminuddin Kadatuan Sakidan and my topic is social and legal consideration. So what is societal and legal consideration? Societal and legal considerations often restrict where retailers can locate and operate their stores. These restrictions reflect the general concern that many communities have with urban sprawl and their communities. These restrictions on store location are often implemented through local zoning ordinances. Ang societal and legal consideration ay ang responsable sa pagpapatupad ng mga batas tungkol sa labor laws, consumer protection, product safety, and business operation. Bilang isang retailer, mahalagang malaman natin ang mga relevant laws and regulations na dapat nating iwasan, tulad ng proper labeling, pricing transparency, privacy protection, and adherence to zoning law for store location. In this section, we discuss the nature of the restrictions, reasons communities impose these restrictions, and impact of these restrictions on society. First restrictions is urban sprawl. Urban sprawl is the increased expansion of residential and shopping center development in suburban and rural areas outside of their respective urban centers. Urban sprawl has multifaceted effects, including environmental degradation through habitat destruction, increased pollution, and the loss of natural resources. Maaari din itong magkakos ng traffic congestion, lengthens commute times, and strains infrastructure, leading to high costs for taxpayers. One of example is tulad ng sa Maynila. Alam naman natin ang Maynila ay maraming population o overcrowded. Because of excessive establishment and crowded, laging nagkukos ito ng traffic na maaring makaabala sa mga commuters. Aside sa makakaabala sa atin, ang urban sprawl is may big impact in our environment. Maaring masira ang ating ecosystem in the way na masisira ang habitat ng iba't ibang animal species na naninirahan sa isang lugar. Meron din itong effect sa ating kalusugan at sa ating mental health. Dahil sa pollution, maaari tayong magkasakit, at dahil sa iba't ibang culture and social issues, maaaring maapektuhan ang ating mental. Next one is opposition of big box retailers. Retailers that operate high box stores like Walmart, Target, Costco, and Home Depot often meet with a great deal of resistance when they plan to build a store in the community. Many people vehemently oppose big box stores entering their community. Ayaw ng ibang communities na magpatayo ng big box retailers sa kanilang mga lugar. Sa kadahilanang ito ay may negative impact sa mga small store businesses. Maaari silang malugi o maapektuhan ng operation ng kanilang business dahil sa mas mababa kung magbenta o ang presyo ng mga bilihin sa isang malaking retail stores. Maaring maagaw o makuha ng mga big box retailers ang mga customers ng mga maliliit na negosyo. And also meron din itong effect sa ating environment o may ambag sa urban sprawl dahil sa malalaki ang kanilang mga establishments. Marami ang kailangan nilang putuling mga puno para may patayo ang kanilang store. So meron din itong impact sa ating environment at sa habitat ng mga animals. Next is zoning. Zoning. Local governments in the United States use zoning to regulate land uses and specific areas to prevent any interference with existing uses by residents or businesses, as well encourage the preservation of a company's sense of identity. City zoning provides several advantages, including organized urban development, protection of property values, and segregation of incompatible land uses. It also helps ensure public safety and health by controlling factors like building height, density, and environmental consideration. Zoning can also encourage economic development by promoting certain types of businesses in designated areas while preserving residential neighborhood character and quality of life. Zoning ay isang strategy na ginagawa ng government to control and organize the city. maaari nilang gawing maganda ang flow ng isang lugar. Halimbawa nito, pinaghihiwalay nila ang mga residential areas at mga business areas. Dahil dito, mas organized at mas safe na ang isang lugar. The next one is building codes. Building codes are legal restrictions that specify the types of building, signs, size, and types of parking lot, and so forth that can be used at a particular location. Some building codes require a certain size parking lot or particular architectural design. Building codes offer several advantages that contribute to the safety, durability, and efficiency of the structure. Firstly, they establish minimum standard for construction materials, techniques, and design, ensuring that buildings are built to withstand various environment hazards such as earthquake, hurricanes, and fires. This helps to protect the lives of and property of occupants. Kadalasan nito ay ang city government ang nagbibigay ng standard o regulation na maaring sundin ng isang establishment. So, gaya ng pag may lumindol, may inspection team na ipapadala ang city government para mag-inspect ng mga buildings. So, pag hindi nasunod ang building code o ang binigay ng city government na standard sa pagpapatayo ng isang building, maaaring kasuhan ang isang establishment o isang company dahil hindi nila pagsunod sa building codes. Next is the licensing requirements. In some Dallas neighborhood, there are dry areas where the sales of alcohol beverages like wine and beer is prohibited. These restrictions can significantly impact retailers, especially those located in festival shopping centers, as their clients may be limited, particularly during the night time. Pagpatayo ng isang urban areas, mahalaga ang licensing o mayroon itong vital role in ensuring the professionals involved in urban planning, architecture, engineering, and construction meet certain standards of expertise, competence, and ethics. Urban planners, architects, and engineers, for example, are often required to obtain licenses to practice in their respective fields. These license requirements help to ensure that urban development projects are designed and implemented in accordance with establishment regulations, safety standards, and sustainability principles. Additionally, licensing can contribute to the creation of livable, well-designed urban spaces by ensuring that professionals possess that necessary skills to address complex urban challenges such as transportation, housing, infrastructure, and environment sustainability. By upholding professional standards and promoting accountability, licensing requirements play a crucial role in organizing urban areas in a manner that promote public health, safety, and quality of life for residents. Isang business owner or retailer, mahalaga o kailangan natin kumuha ng license or permit sa city government. Halimbawa, kung may gun shops ka or restaurant, kailangan mo munang ipasa ang lahat ng requirements ng city government para maka-operate ang iyong business dahil para na din sa safety ng iyong business at sa mga consumer nito.